Hi there, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. We got some great news today. Elegant Themes, the maker of the Divi 5 theme, have just released 6 collages for Divi 5. It's a free download. I'll put this link down below the video and I'll take you through downloading, importing and customizing it for your own needs. Got a few down here. I've actually tried one out. If I roll down the page a bit, here's one that I've customized to my own needs here. Really nice little thing. Really easy to do too. So let's get started. Once you get to this page, and don't forget the links down below the video, you want to roll down a bit. They've got a little table of contents. You can preview it, obviously, by clicking on the preview. It'll take you to our 6 little collages here. That's the one I used today. To download them, if we roll back up a little bit, you can hit the download 6 collages for Divi 5. It'll take you down here. Now I've got a button here. When you first get down here, there's going to be a little box for you to put your email in. I'm signed into my account. You can put your email in. Once you do that, this button will appear and they don't spam you or anything like that. It's fine. So once the button's there, just left click on it. It'll download the file to your default download location and it's going to download it as a zip file. I've got mine right here. As is a zip file, we'll need to extract it. So just right click on it and hit extract. I'm going to extract mine here. And it'll give us a folder called style. If we double click on that, we've got our JSON files. And there's 7 of them in total. As you can see, the top one says all. If you import this one, it's going to import all of your layouts. But of course, you can import them all individually too. And I'll show you exactly how. Once you have them downloaded and extracted, you want to go back to your Divi dashboard. At the dashboard, we're going to go down to Divi. Going to go down to Divi library. There's the one I imported before. Let's get rid of that. Fantastic. Now we want to import these files. So I'm going to go up to the top where it says import and export up here. I'm going to left click on it. It's going to open a new little window here. I want to import, so I'm going to click on the import tab. And I'm going to drag my file that I want to import right there. Or you can hit choose files and navigate to your download location and do it that way if you want. I've got my files right here. And let's grab that number 4 again. So I'm just going to left click on it. I'm going to pull it over to where it says no file selected. I'm going to release it. As you can see, it's in there now. I'm not going to check import presets. I'm just going to go ahead and hit import Divi builder layout. It's pretty quick, as you can see. It's just going to reload the page for us. And once it does that, there it is right there, as we can see. It's now in our library, so we can use it. So let's go ahead and start a new page. Going to go up to the top, hit page. I've middle moused, so it's opened it in a new tab here. I'll call it Collage. If I go back to my library there, just before we start our page, we look at it, we can see it's a section. It's not a module, it's not a row, it's not a full page layout. It's a section, so you can put it in any existing page just as a section if you want to, which is what I did over here. Just throw it in a page. We're starting a new page here. Of course, we're going to use the Divi builder. I'm going to go ahead and build from scratch. By default, Divi puts in a section. Don't need that right now. We'll get rid of that in a moment. I'm going to hit the blue button to add a new section. I'm going to go up to the top, add from library. There it is, styled collages section 4. I'm going to hit import and use this section. Very quick. And there it is, loaded straight on the page. And we can get rid of this empty section at the top. Now, of course, you're going to want to customize it to your own needs. And if you roll over, you'll see that if we click on this module here, it's a heading module. So you can go in there, put in whatever title you want to put in there. Let's put in latest models, perhaps. I'm making this up as I go along. Now that font is a bit crazy for me, so I want to change it. We can do that over in design in the heading. It's a heading text. They're using an H1. If it's the top of your page and the main page title, that's fine. If not, I'd change it to a 2 or a 3 by just clicking on that. And choose the font that you want. just roll over these fonts. They'll give an example of it as you're rolling over. I've got my blocky one that I've been using. I'm just going to throw that one in there. And while we're here, let's change that to a different color. And just to make it stand out a bit more, throw a little bit of text shadow in there. Great. Now obviously you can go down to the little content here. This is just going to be a text model. Put in your own content. I'm going to leave it exactly as it is for expediency. Obviously you can put in whatever you want there and style it the same way over in design and text. Like I say, I'm going to leave that as it is. They've got a couple buttons here, and of course if there's anything you don't want, just hit the trash can and it'll get rid of it. And we've got a couple of buttons here. Just click on one of these buttons. As you can see, it's taking us to that button. In the text you can put what you want your button to say. Perhaps say test drive. And just down below, of course, you're going to want to put a link to take people somewhere when you've got a button. Put the link in there. Always best practice, if you're linking to your own site, leave it in the current tab. If you're linking off-site to somebody else's site, open it in a new tab. That way your site's going to stay open. That's fine. If we go over to design now, I'm just going to change the background color of that button there. So I've gone to design, down to button. Here's background right here. Let's just perhaps make it a red. Perfect. Same with the next button. I'll leave that just like that. Now we've got our actual collage over here. Now when I first looked at this, I thought this was a module and I thought that was a little form there. They're not, but I'll show you in a minute how you can incorporate your own modules if you want to. These are actually all images. If I click on one, you'll see we've got an image here. Now the big one in the background is actually sitting in the column of the row. See, as I click on it, it highlights the green tab, the row there. So once in the row, if we want to adjust that background image there, we can go to our content. Elements, we've got our two columns, left and right here. Images in the right column, which would be column number 2. If we go down to the background here, we've got the image icon highlighted. There's that image. And you can switch it out. As you can see, well, it's kind of square image. It's a long image. If you want it to be a similar shape, you want to use another long image. I've got one down here. I'll just use that one. It's got curved corners on it. That's over in design and border. They've given it 24 pixels. They've used a clamp for that one. I'm happy with that. And our other images, same story. If we go into this one, content, image. That's this image right here. Start swapping them out for whatever images you want to put in yours. If you want to curve the corners on it, this one hasn't got curved corners. You know how to do that. Go to design, border. Let's perhaps give it 30 pixels. And we've got rounded corners on there. Now I think that one is actually a little bit big for me. Let's throw perhaps a landscape type one in there. Yeah, that's going to work fine for me. And again, this is an image. You know exactly what to do with this one. Throw in whatever image you want. Similar with this one up here. Like I say, I thought this was actually a module. And I'll show you exactly how to put a module in there in just one moment. Let's put that one in there. And you've got a nice little section there. It's got a gradient in the back of the module itself. And also it looks like this image has got a bit of drop shadow that they've made orange here, because that was a little orange module. While we're in it, we can check that out over in design. Box shadow, there it is right there. They've got a little orange glow in there. If you want to change that, obviously, this is where you can do it. I quite like that. I'm going to leave it like that. In fact, let's change this gradient to a blue, and let's change this color to a blue. Let's use that default white blue. Opacity is a little bit too much there. Take it down to 50%. A little bit more subtle there. And the gradient in the background, if I click on the section itself, anywhere you click on the section, as you can see, it will take you to the section. Go in there. Background's always under content. There's the gradient they've put in there. Let's just change this top stop. We'll try that default dark blue. That's fine. And we've got our little section there. You can do a quick preview just by hitting preview, and we've got it right here. Just hit it again to take you back. If you want to check it on tablet and mobile, here we have it on a tablet, and here we have it split into 2 on a mobile device. Now, if you wanted to put a module in instead of this, I'll show you exactly how to do it. Let's just get rid of this. Now let's add another module. It doesn't matter where you add it. I'm going to click on the little dart button on this particular module. Let's put in an icon with a button, perhaps. So let's go down to icon. Find the icon that you want to put in there. That'll do fine. Now I want to add a button to it. So I'm going to go to my content, close up the icon here. Elements, we can add any element we want. Let's add a button. As you can see, it's popped a button underneath there. And while we're in the button, let's style it up the way we want. So we can go over to design. Here's our button. Background. Let's just make it perhaps the default blue. And the text itself, I'm going to make that white. Don't want a border around it, and I want it a lot smaller than that. So we can take the text down in size. Let's make it maybe 12 pixels there. Now I can take that border away. Just above the text we've got border. To take it away, just take that 2 pixels button border width down to 0. We've got no border, perfect. Now the icon itself, if we just click back on the icon, we're in the icon. Over in design, here's the icon. I want it a lot smaller. Let's perhaps have it white in color. And let's make it 30 pixels or something like that. Obviously, you're going to want to adjust yours however you want. Now let's put a background behind this. As I said, background's always under content. I'm going to put a black in there. But I'm going to take the opacity down a bit so we can see some of that image through it once we put it on top. Maybe, I don't know, 50%, something like that. Obviously, do what works for you. Now, I don't want it to be this wide. I want it to be almost square, or whatever shape you want yours. Got too much gap there between the icon and the button. So let's adjust all that. Still in the icon, I'm going to go over to design and layout to get rid of the vertical gap there. Funnily enough, it says vertical gap right there under layout. Let's take that down to perhaps 10 pixels. It's better. Now, if we close that one out, we can go down to sizing, and I'm going to give it a fixed width of, well, let's try 120 pixels and see how we get on. 120. Make sure you put the pixels in. If you don't, this is going to happen. If I hit enter now, it's going to use percentage. It's going to make it 120% of the percentage. That may be effect that you want to apply, but I don't. I want pixels. So just select pixels over here or put pixels on the end. That's getting there. I just want to add a little bit of padding on the top and the bottom. We can do that by shutting up sizing, opening up spacing. Here's the padding. Let's maybe give it 20, top and bottom. Don't need any left and right because it's got a fixed width. And if you want to give it rounded corners like the other things on there, you can do so easily. Down below in border, let's perhaps give it 30 pixels. Change check so it'll do them all at once. Nice. Now to position this anywhere you want in this row, we need to go over to our advanced. We're still in the icon. Down to position. I'm going to change it from default to absolute. And it's going to pull up a little matrix right here. At the moment it's in top left. Let's put it top right, but we'll take it down a little bit and offset it a little bit perhaps. So vertical offset, let's try 10%, 10 and the percent sign. Takes it down a little bit. And let's do negative 10% to pull it over to the right a little bit. Negative 10 and the percent sign. And it's that side. Now if you wanted to give it some drop shadow or something, I'm sure you know how to do that. Over in design, close this up. I'm getting my Photoshop and my Divi terms mixed up here. It's box shadow, not drop shadow. Just pop in whatever works for you. And if you want to change the color down here, you can do so very easily. Play with it, make it however you want. So as you can see, you can add pretty much anything you want to these collages and reposition these if you want to. If we click on this image and say we wanted it somewhere else, I'm sure you figured that out already, over in advanced, it's absolutely positioned. It's positioned bottom left at the moment. It's got a little offset, horizontal and vertical. If you want to put it somewhere else, just click on it, move it to where you want it. If you want more offset, just up and down these numbers here, put it wherever you want. Let's make sure it's going to work on the front end. We'll preview on the front end. And here we have it. We've customized it. We've got our buttons going where we want to take people. And we show you how to add a module if you want to, rather than an image right here. Really nice little feature. One thing I just noticed, there's a hover effect on this where the text is turning white and the background is black. For anybody that doesn't know, I'll quickly take you through that. If we go back into this button right here, we'll just click on it. As you can see, we're in the button here. We go over to the button styles itself. We look at the background. At the moment it's red. To change the hover state, if we go up to the top here, little icon looks like a computer, left click. Go down to where it says hover there. You can see they've got a black in there now. You can change that to any color you want. Once you've done a hover effect, make sure you change back to desktop mode. Otherwise, everything that you do down here or under any of these tabs will only happen when they hover over it. So it's really important you do that. Same exact thing for the text here. Go down to the text and the button text color. You'll see it's black. When they hover over it, we change this to hover state. It's going to be white. So if anybody wanted to change that, that is how you do it. Now do make sure that you go back to desktop mode once you do a hover effect. Hover effects are great, but if you continue editing your site, it's not going to work the way that you actually want it to. So there we have it. There's 6 little collages you can download and install from Divi. Real little time savers. As I said before, I'll put the link to this page down below the video. Install, use, have some fun with it. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Don't forget, if you have any questions either about Divi 4 or Divi 5, pop them down below the video. I'll do my best to answer them for you or make a little demo video just like this one. So once again, this has been Jamie with System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.